Hey, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. And we're going to change direction a little bit, and this is going to be geared toward more of the beginning coin collector, coin roll hunter, or whatever you decide you want to be doing this type of hobby. And we're going to be looking in depth into the price guides, okay? Specifically the Red Book, which is a fantastic resource as it sits. But did you guys know that these are least used for their pricing information and much more of an educational tool to give you a little bit of a history lesson on the coins, to give you an idea of design, just the varying types of information you could get from each coin series is going to be invaluable in itself. So we're going to look at a few uses of the Red Book Guide other than pricing that'll help you determine what direction maybe you want to go in coin collecting. And it's important to know the direction so that way you could focus your time, energy, and money into that specific niche, okay? And then we're going to find out which coins are popular as well based off of the information that you get from the guide. As I knock stuff over here. So the Red Book Guide, if you haven't purchased one before, is a guidebook that is traditionally found in most bookstores. You can buy them online, Amazon, eBay. Probably Amazon's a better choice, only because it's going to come out a little bit cheaper than the cover price. But this is a 2012. First things first, when it comes to these guidebooks, you don't have to buy a new one every year because a lot of the information is static. A lot of the pricing information, they say, stems from auction records and all that stuff. Let's not kid ourselves. They've been using the same pricing schematic for the longest time. What's hot is hot. The price is adjusted. What's cold is cold. And then they'll drop it as such. So, starting out at the beginning, and as you can tell, this is a 2012. It's a few years old, and it's I absolutely refuse to buy a new one. I'll even refuse to buy one of those big, thick, they call them the big reds. They're like 60, 70 bucks. They're pricey, but again, it's a more in-depth book that has a lot more information. It'll go down deeper into varieties and errors and various topics like that. So right off the get-go, it gives a general outline of numismatics, what that terminology means. It's going to teach you about various types of terminology in coin collecting. You know, what's an error, what's a variety, mint issues, proof issues, early American coins. They're going to talk about branchments. They're going to talk about surfaces of the coin, composition, weights, measurements. The grading scale is also in here, and it's pretty comprehensive for a beginner to get started on. So the information just for a beginner is fantastic. So as we flip through this, the first part of the book typically we'll talk about numismatics. You have a few ads in there, and it'll go right into colonial coin collecting, which, by the way, it's very interesting, but also cost prohibitive to the nth degree because these coins are highly sought after, and most of them are tens of thousands of dollars. But it's neat to know where coins originated from and how they got started. You know, the conversion from the British monetary system and moving on to the stateside Americas and how coins have originated at that point. So we have the colonial issues. It goes through probably 50 pages. You have post-colonial. And then patterns. There's even pattern coins in here as well. So some of the earliest patterns are represented. And then it goes into the actual U.S. issues. Okay, so we have the Liberty Cap half cents as far as the oldest, smallest denomination of coin. As you can see, the book outlines again a quick little grading schematic right there for this particular series. Pricing for that particular coin is $17.93, and then It gives out, I'm going to say it's an estimate, but by no means should the pricing in here be indicative of what real world pricing is. It's just not the case. I mean, if you were to find an AU50 of this coin, I think it probably be worth more than the 38,000. But on some coins, it might be worth less. So to get an idea of pricing, you definitely want to check out your auction estimates. That's where you get the most accurate type of pricing. So we're going to go to a series that's most widely collected, and that's going to be the cent penny section of the book, the small cents. So we have the Indian head cent here. You have all the dates represented here. You have various varieties of that particular date, which are represented, and then you have mintages. Okay, this particular column from the pricing to the left is by far and away the most important part of the book, in my estimation. Simply because if you're looking at this book, okay, you're looking at the dates, there's more to the individual dates and coins than just the date, okay? You know, there's an 1864 Indian head cent, for example. To a lot of us will probably think, whoa, that's really old. It was produced during the Civil War. So we're going to look at just the basic, like, skin deep type stuff when it comes to coins, but there is a lot more to it. Some of the things that determine value, of course, is the grade. The higher the grade, the more a coin's worth. Additionally, mintages. There's a reason why the mintages are printed on here, to give you an idea of the scarcity or plentifulness of a coin. And therefore, we'll give you an idea of, okay, I want to collect Indian head cents. Because there is a lot of key dates with low mintages, I want to focus on this grade, as opposed to running roughshod onto the series and saying, oh, you know, I'm going to get all mint state BU examples. It just doesn't make any sense. But knowing a little bit of information within each section of the coin series plays a huge instrumental part in where you go direction-wise in your coin collecting desires. It's going to do one, it's going to focus the need on specific grade types. It's going to focus the need on a certain date range. Like, you may want to collect this, but you don't want to collect 1860s and 1870s because it's just cost prohibitive based off of your budget. Maybe you want to stick to the 1900s. As you can see, the pricing is a lot more reasonable all the way up to the mint state grades, which when I first started, that's what I focused on. I wanted to be at AU and mint state, collect 1890s and 1900 Indian head cents, and then I was able to focus on a specific grade. I was able to spend less on coins because I'm not all over the place. So the Red Book Guide is great in focusing and drilling down to a series that's going to help you in your coin collecting direction. Okay, so again, they give pretty decent photos in color for the Red Book. The one cool thing is they're going to put up here the most popular varieties. In this case, there was a 1917 double die obverse. That's worth quite a bit of money. Again, it's not indicative of the pricing here, but because you know that there's a variety, that would also make you think there's other varieties in all the other dates, and that is true. If you're into variety collecting and you want to do something like that, you could do more research online and find out that every single date has a repunch, mint mark, or double die represented. And you could focus a collecting direction toward varieties in that regard. So that's pretty neat. As you can see, it's fallen apart on me, and yeah, this book is well loved. And it even goes all the way back to private tokens and territorials. You'll have commemorative coins. They'll touch on bullion, silver eagles, that sort of thing, patterns. So it does a really good job at illustrating all of the US type coin series which will then help in turn give you a little bit more drive and focus on something. All right, coin collecting is such a broad hobby. You could go in just about any direction and not feel like you're accomplishing anything because you're collecting everything, and you're going to find that you're not going to have the money to be able to afford the whole bandwidth of various coins available in the marketplace in this day and age with the internet and online auction sites and all of these online merchants, dealers that sell coins. It could get a little overwhelming. So that is utilizing the Red Book for something other than pricing. Hopefully that this video has been a tremendous help to you guys. If you enjoy the content, you like what you see, hit the like button. I appreciate it. And feel free to share this video to your favorite social media outlet. Let's get that word out there. Coin collecting's fun and it can be affordable. And most importantly, if you're a first-time viewer of my channel, feel free to subscribe. The reason why you would is if you like the content and you want to see more of it. For every new video that I do place on YouTube onto my channel, you will get the notification immediately of a new upload. And again, this is something I enjoy doing. This is a fun hobby. I'm always hitting the reset button on my collecting direction, and sometimes it's necessary because it could get stale and stagnant after a while. So I appreciate your guys' time. You guys enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, and your evening, and I shall see you on the next one. You guys take care.